Okay, these are the two programs for the project for week number 2. So the first project is it calculates a positive 5-digit number, the sum of the digits in that number. So for the first thing I did was I imported java.util.asterisk because that can import anything whenever you request it from the util file. So that makes it much easier and simpler instead of just entering the specific one that you're going to need later. It only accesses the ones that you need when you need them. So here I used integers because all I need are the integers. I don't need any floating points or anything like that. So all I had to do was scanner input, so new scanner. That was the scanner is the thing I took from java.util. It asks you to enter a 5-digit number. This isn't a string, this is without the line, so it asks you to enter a 5-digit number. So you type in your 5-digit number, it senses your next integer that is entered, which is your input, and that becomes equal to entered number. And then as you can kind of see here, number 1 is equal to entered number using the modulus operator divided by 10, and then the new value 1 is equal to entered number divided by 10. So each time I divide the number by 10 and I find the remainder by 10. So this could also, like I say here, could have been done with a while loop. I decided to do it this way this time. And then down here it says system out println, and it has number 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Alright, so let's try running it. Enter a positive 5-digit number. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which should be 15. Enter, and we have 15. First, before we go over, I'm going to say that this one took me forever to figure out. I just kind of got stuck on it, but I eventually figured it out with a lot of trial and error, dividing by different numbers. I decided on 10 because you had to move the decimal over, and when you're using integers, it doesn't take into account that decimal, so that's why this works here. But this is definitely the more difficult of the two for me. This one, all it does is take Celsius to Fahrenheit or Fahrenheit to Celsius. So I again imported java.util.asterisk and scanner input. I got scanner again here, and down here we see it asks us to enter a Fahrenheit temperature. After the user enters that, Fahrenheit 1 becomes equal to the input that you enter, and Celsius 1 becomes the calculation for Fahrenheit to Celsius, which is Fahrenheit minus the degrees, or minus 32 times 5.0, because I had to use 5.0 here because sometimes when you're transferring between Fahrenheit and Celsius and the other way around, you need decimals, and if you don't have a decimal, it would have outputted an incorrect number. So, and then system out print, the equivalent temperature to Fahrenheit 1 in Fahrenheit is this degrees Celsius. Actually, this needs to change to Celsius. Alright, and then so we have that, and down here it's basically the same thing, new scanner in. You do not have to say scanner input here because you've already imported it. So down here it's very similar, same thing, just the only difference being the equation here and the numbers here, which is 9.0, again the 0.0, divided by 5 times Celsius, the second Celsius variable that I've entered, plus 32. So let's just run this program. We'll save first and then run. Enter a Fahrenheit temperature. Let's do, since most people know that water boils at 212 in Fahrenheit and 100 in Celsius, that should give us 212 in Celsius is 100 degrees Celsius, and then we can do 100 degrees Celsius should be equal to 212 because that's our number. And there we go, we got 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So this one was definitely easier than the number sum for me anyway, but overall I think I learned quite a bit from this. I've learned how to use the inputs and how to use scanners and how to have it read the text that you enter and use it later on.